Greetings, mates. Guess what time it is? That's right, I'm getting ready for the show. I'm seeing the 10 p.m. show on tonight, May 25th. So I'm finally gonna get to see it. So I'm not gonna wear this, it's a little hot. So I'm just gonna wear my Jack shirt again. And I'm heading out in a few minutes. I'm gonna go meet my sister. We're gonna go see it in IMAX. I also wanted to show you something that I'm gonna do tomorrow. This will be just a preview, but can you see? They be Pirates balloons. I'm gonna be decorating our kitchen area where we should decorate for birthdays. But it's gonna be a surprise for my sister, so I got a box full of treasures ready to decorate the room. So I'll show you before and after when I do it, mates. And also do my review of the film. Talk to you soon. Okay, mates, I'm back from the screening. Now, this is the morning after. I saw the 10 o'clock showing at my local AMC theater, so we got home at like 1, so it was a little late to film my review, but I got the night to kind of sink everything in and think about things. So first thing I want to talk about is kind of the experience of going in. You know, this is the 5th time going to see a Pirates film. Each time has been different, but this experience was kind of not so much weird as in empty. This is right in a point, but I got my tickets, but there was no one at the front to tear them, so we just kind of walked in and there wasn't anyone monitoring that. Anyways, when you first walk into the theater, there's the huge IMAX poster, and there's Ghost Sharks on the top of the poster, so I wish I could have taken that home. There'd be my ticket, mates. But the thing is, the theater was bare bones. Usually for big midnight releases for films, there's tons and tons of people packed and crowded into the theater. I mean, it could have been that it's a Thursday night and it was late at night, and when I saw The Force Awakens, the showing wasn't that full either, so maybe it's just the fact that a lot of people had to work today, so not sure. But some people did dress up. Like, I had a Jack hat and dreadlocks on. I just had my Jack shirt on, and I was standing waiting before we went into the theater when they were cleaning it, and so people walked by and they went, "Arr!" So that was fun. And if you go see the film in AMC theaters and IMAX or just normal 2D or 3D, they're offering this free poster, mates. Now, if you remember on Facebook, we were able to vote for which poster we wanted the most to win, so I'm glad I got myself one. I'm gonna frame this and put it on my wall. So I love this. I love the artwork. I love how Jack's standing there. It's really well done. So on to the movie. Now, to start off, I really did love the film. It was a lot of fun. I love the score, the characters impressed me, even Jack. A lot of reviewers have been complaining about Jack and Johnny's performance, but I actually really liked Jack in this. Sure, some scenes he seemed more drunk or slurred than other scenes, but there were some moments in the film where I thought, that's Curse of the Black Pearl Jack. That's the original Jack. I think he still pulled through with a great performance for Jack. The story flowed great. Even though I read the novelization before and knew spoilers before, I still had some surprises when things came on the screen. I was like, just the visuals, the CG, just everything put together. I just love seeing on a big IMAX screen. Everything was presented very well. And I just loved being there because there were parts of it where I thought, oh, this is a Pirates film, this is another Pirates film. When they're on the Dying Gull or when they're on the Black Pearl, I'm like, this is home for me. And again, a lot of people have been dogging this film, and I do have my complaints about it. I have some things I would have fixed, and this is partially my fault, but I was sitting at the front of the theater, and so some of the visuals, there were like a lot of close-ups and kind of some shaky camera movements. And so next time I see it, I want to sit further back in the theater to kind of get a bigger picture of everything. But yeah, some of the shots of cinematography, there were kind of some shots that kind of like during fighting sequences where I was like, but other than that, Espen and Joachim did a great job. The cast and crew did a great job. I do love Karina and Henry's dynamic. They bring something fresh. I know they've kind of fit the empty place where Will and Elizabeth were, but Karina is very interesting with her science aspect of everything, and she has the journal. And then Henry's trying to find the trident to break Will's curse. So they both have motivating factors that end up intertwining together. And then Jack goes along with them because he needs to find the trident to save himself from Salazar. And then Barbossa gets thrown in the mix, and Jeffrey did a great job. I love seeing Murtagh and Moira return. They were kind of there to fill somewhat of a gap left by Pintel and Righetti. They had some funny lines in there. I'd say probably one of my favorite scenes is the Black Pearl coming back. I love when Barbossa stabbed the bottle and then it started to grow, and Jack's just kind of holding the small version of it. They throw it in and then they think it's gone, but then it grows to full size. And then Barbossa takes over the Black Pearl again as if it's his own. And there was a lot of emotion in this film. There was emotional weight. Again, a lot of people have said that this film felt flat, but at the beginning I actually really felt for Jack when his crew abandoned him, when he fell down and he just just kind of felt at his lowest point. I actually felt like sad for him. I was like, well, I don't want to see Jack like this. And then I felt for Barbossa as well when he connects the dots and figures out that Karina's his daughter, but he's like, no, she would never believe me. And then the scene where Barbossa sacrifices himself, I actually did get teary-eyed. Just how Jeffrey performed that sequence, and I always said, my treasure. And how Karina was just like heartbroken because she just found out that he's her father, and here he's going to die. And it did make me sad to see Barbossa die again. But he ended up saving his daughter when he died. And so we still have a Barbossa on screen if we have more films. We still do have a Barbossa character, technically. But I love the ending where she's like, my name is Barbossa. I love Will and Elizabeth reuniting. I love the music. And then I love Jack and his crew on the Pearl at the end and how it pans away and the credits come. So overall, I love this film. It was a great entry into the series. But again, there were some things that I would have changed. And I'll do videos about several different aspects of this film down the line, which is a quick overview. One of the biggest things or gripes that I have with the film is there weren't many ride references. If you know me and my channel, I'm all about ride references in the films. Sure, World's End was probably the film with the least amount of ride references, but this one had like literally not too many. Of course I'm gonna go see it again, because there was so much to take in at once. I was like, going back and forth like, there's something happening here, something happening here, and these characters are doing this, so I have to go back and retake everything in. So maybe I missed some ride references. Some of the foggy scenes with the ships and the cannon fire going off and the village scenes, I was like, okay, this feels like a ride. But then when the dying bull is going out and just when a lot of the action sequences are going on, I'm like, oh, it actually feels like we're kind of on a ride, like going on a ride itself. And of course the subtitle, And the Line Spoken by Salazar, Dead Men Tell No Tales, it's from the ride. And Jack saying, Pirate's Life, it's from the ride. But that's kind of a segue into another aspect of the film I would have changed. Is there some things left out of the novelization or the script that I wish they would have left in? Because in the novelization there is a reference to the ride, or at least I believe so, where Jack and Karina are escaping and they hide behind two mannequins. And that's very similar to Jack hiding behind the mannequin in the ride. I'm not sure if they filmed that, but I wish that would have been in the film as a little nod to the ride. And there were some aspects I would have kept in the film, or some lines, like there's a line that Jack says that we see from the B-roll footage where he says, these two prisoners will lead us to the child. And then he says, your mother's bloomers. That's just a Jack line, I love that. I wish I would have kept that, and I was expecting that. And although this wasn't in the novelization, I really wish Jack would have sung or hummed Yo-Ho at the end of the film, like he did at Curse of the Black Pearl and the end of Outworld's End. But again, these are just trifles that I would have fixed. And I'll delve deeper into the post-credits scene with Davy Jones, with Will's curse, with the retcon of how Jack got his compass and his effects. I'm gonna take separate videos to deal with each of those. But all in all, I'm very pleased with the film. Again, I cannot wait to see it again. But you know how it is, you know, you have to see a film more than once to kind of register everything. But I'm eager to hear what you all thought. I've gotten a lot of comments from my subscribers and friends saying that they loved it, but I want to hear what you thought in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. And on a side note, today is 1 year since I started the channel, Pirates 365. So again, I can't believe that it's finally here, the 1 year mark after I started the channel, and the day is finally here for the film's release, so it's an exciting time, mates. Thanks for watching, and remember, the tale ends here, mates. Ta.